Our Patreon request this week was the Transformers, the movie.
The Transformers movie, the 1982 film?
86.
86. Siri's talking all of a sudden. Shut up, woman.
The 1986 film Transformers Rise of Cybertron. So Transformers 96, this movie's pretty crazy, alright? So you see, with this movie, you fucking start out with, you got the Transformers, you got the Decepticons, they're a wild bunch, it's a tale as old as time, and you've got Unicron, the big bad of the film. He's a planet eater, okay? He goes around, he munches on planets. So, check it out, guys. The Decepticons finally figured out, okay? They figure out how to get into the Autobots' base, and they're gonna fucking murder all of them, okay? The final battle between Optimus Prime and Megatron is taking place right now on the big screen. So it happens, okay? They tussle a little bit, and Optimus Prime dies, okay? He fucking dies. He gets blasted. God. Could you imagine being a small child, going to the big Transformers movie, and seeing your hero die on the big screen?
So horrific.
And he's actually permanently dead? He's just gone now? That would be crazy. And then, of course, Megatron also dies. And the GOAT himself, Starscream, fucking murks him, okay? But all is not well in the land of Transformers, okay? Because Unicron comes in, and he absorbs Megatron, turns him into a bigger, badass version of himself called Galvatron or some bullshit. And then from there, he murders fucking Starscream in cold blood. The hero of the film gets killed for a second time, but this is the second hero, not the first one. Starscream, the GOAT, is dead now. He's dead. And from there, they kind of just meander for a while and try and figure out, like, the new big hero, and they can't really figure out who it is for a while. They try and, like, put on one guy who looks suspiciously like Optimus Prime, but ends up not being him. He fucking dies as well. Some fish eat him or something, I think. Then they go and they kill Unicron.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the film.
That's about right.
Yeah. They bore Unicron by beating him up from the inside.
Well, that'd be Unicron boring.
Yeah, but Unicron bored them.
I think this movie is actually pretty kick-ass, honestly. I think it's super cool, especially for like a G-rated kids film. The fact that they are like legit just blowing each other to smithereens or like executing each other point blank. There's just a lot of violence in this. The part where they say shit was very funny.
Right? That blew me away. Now, to be fair, Tanner, PG wasn't invented at this time yet.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, when I was watching it with some of my housemates, and, we watching it, he goes, oh shit, what do we do now? And I just go, did he just say shit? And I'm like, what? And so we backed it up, played it again, and then we just burst out laughing. I thought this movie actually had pretty... You said meandering in your little run-through there. I didn't think it meandered that much. I thought the pacing was actually pretty quick and that they got to each new action scene fairly rapidly, honestly.
I feel like once they get to like the trash plane or whatever, that's where things kind of go downhill for a bit for me. How do you feel, Jackson?
Yeah, I'm totally with you. The first fight was fucking crazy and chaotic and really set the pace for the film, and then it like slowed down a lot for when they got like randomly hit by the fucking guys again and ran away to some random fuck all planet, and then get captured and everything kind of like slowed down a lot and got really weird, and then like it picked back up again for like the big final fight. So I'm kind of with Nico. The plot of this movie was really fucking weird and chaotic. Is how I'd describe it.
Yeah, and like, by the way, like, pretty much every, like, new character who they find on a junk planet, they're impossible to understand.
Yeah, no.
Actually,
you don't get it. I heard that the point of this movie was that...
They wanted to sell toys.
Yeah, so they killed all of the Transformers that, had toys that already existed so that they could sell a new batch.
Yeah.
And that's why they just fucking murk everyone's favorite characters, like, relentlessly throughout this movie.
Yeah, and they give all the old ones new forms as well, okay?
Yeah.
Big new forms.
But one thing that really stood out to me with this movie is the music.
The music is crazy 80s, okay?
The soundtrack kicks ass, and the original score is really good as well.
Yeah.
I was actually genuinely super into the music the entire time. The fact that they have a fight scene set to Dare to Be Stupid by Weird Al is the wildest thing I've seen in one of these
Yeah,
movies.
it definitely kind of blew me away there.
There was a fucking Weird Al song? I didn't even notice. Unless you guys are yanking my chain right now.
No, we're not.
I legitimately did not notice there was a Weird Al song in this movie.
The song that plays when they fight the junk robots, the mustache guy, when they fight his group, it's a Weird Al parody of Devo.
Interesting. The more you know.
Yeah.
I think the Galvatron's pretty impressive, though. I definitely like the animation for a lot of the segments where he's just fucking munching on shit. I thought that was pretty sweet. The animation in other parts of the movie wasn't as good.
I thought it was pretty alright throughout. I thought the art was pretty strong, especially for like the bases and like the space stuff. I thought that looked really cool.
What it reminded me a lot of was like fucking One Punch Man. Where, like, a lot of the times, like, you know, Saitama will just be, like, this fucking normal-ass looking dopey guy or whatever the fuck. But then, like, every now and then, you get a really high-detailed shot of the fucking Transformers or whatever. And it's like, wow, this is fucking jarring.
Right.
Yeah, I thought some of the animations were really solid in this movie. Like, when they're, again, with, like, the base stuff, when they're, like, showing the base, like, whip out all those, like, defenses and stuff. I really like that type of, like, 80s, like, cool not cyberpunk, but, you know, like, techie aesthetic. I think they did a good job with that. They're really adventurous with some of the animation in this movie, but it also is unfortunate that the Transformers are just really fucking hard to animate by hand, so a lot of the time it looks like ass when they're, you know, animating the actual Transformers. Like, when they're doing the transformation animation specifically, they just, like, skip a shit ton of frames, and it's like, oh, right, they're a robot, and now they're in the car. They do that all the fucking time, and there's plenty of other, like, cuts that are really obvious to notice throughout the whole movie. But for what it is, and for the time, I actually think it's pretty solid. Also, the transformation noise they make every time they transform is fucking hilarious to me. Every time it played, it made me crack up, because it's just like, it just sounds so goofy. I haven't watched, like, any Transformers movies beside this one, by the way. I didn't know how prolific the noise was.
Oh, it's very.
Also, that there's like being a fucking tape deck, and like the little guys come out. I don't know anything about Transformers, so this all like blew my mind. There's like a fucking just pack of dinosaurs that are retards. And really.
Grimlock and the other Dinobots.
Yeah, this was eye-opening to me. Also, fucking Megatron constantly just trying to like go against Omnicron, whatever his name is, even though the other guy is, like, unfathomably more powerful than Megatron. I think it's really funny how every step of the way he's like, fuck you, I'm not your plaything, but thanks for, like, all the power to, like, defeat my enemies and everything. I'm gonna betray you the second I get the chance. Like, it's so fucking goofy how obvious it is about his intentions.
One thing I find very funny in the plot is, basically Optimus Prime chose wrong.
Yeah.
When he passed the Matrix to Ultra Magnus,
yeah,
and then Ultra Magnus just couldn't use it, and he got fucking blown to smithereens.
Yeah.
Then some other dude uses it. That's very funny to me.
And that guy's so cool because he's like a cool car.
Yeah.
And he runs over Megatron or something.
He has flames on him.
Yeah, his go-to move seems to be hitting people with himself. And I like when he used the Matrix, it made him big, and so he turned into, like, a big 18-wheeler hot rod.
Yeah, that was really fucking... I was so confused when that happened. Like, why is he a fucking truck now? What happened?
Yeah, I definitely did really like it when he just fucking turns into a car and runs fucking Galvatron over, like, several times. I thought that was hilarious.
It's very funny. I thought some of the designs for the Transformers in this movie are like wild. It doesn't even make sense. The shark robots were weird.
Oh yeah.
Those frog things or alligator ones were crazy. That one with like the alien skull and the tentacles, I don't even like what the fuck was that?
He transforms into a Rolls Royce actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So he's been down to Earth and really likes the luxury cars.
Yeah.
Right. I thought the voice acting was pretty good in this.
I mean, when you could understand what they're saying, yeah.
True. The characters you can understand.
I think it's funny that there's just some... Yeah, I think it's funny as fuck that there's just like some random kid that's hanging out with them and he's like totally incompetent throughout most of it. That's pretty funny. He's just like along for the ride.
They should not have brought him with them.
He's like being put in situations that risk his life all the fucking time. Like the whole movie is like constantly about to die. It's really goofy.
Dude, speaking of the G-rate, there's like the scene where they're getting dropped in that vat of acid, and you're seeing like their exoskeleton melt off, and they're like writhing in pain. What the fuck?
Well, you see, they're robots, so it's fine.
Yeah,
that's how like Samurai Jack and shit got around it back in the day.
Yeah, true, but you know they are in the lore of the world like fully sentient beings and shit.
Yeah, but they're robots.
I guess.
I like the one guy that's really fast and he talks really fast and you can't understand anything he's saying. That guy's silly.
Yeah, Blur.
Yeah.
He's pretty fun.
I think it's funny he's trying to like explain himself not being able to put the dinosaurs in the ship because they just like won't budge. That was pretty silly.
I hated the Dinobots, though. I think they're stupid.
You don't like the Dinobots? Grimlock's so
They didn't
funny,
even
though.
combine in this movie.
You're right, they didn't.
Which was fucking lame.
Nico's got you there.
He does have me there. We got any other points about this?
No.
I do want to give another shout out to the music. The main theme kicks ass. I thought it was awesome.
Dude, you got the touch.
No, the main Transformers theme.
You got the power.
But also that one. That one was good, and like that has a pretty cool looking moment when Optimus Prime does that like flip over a bunch of Decepticons and he's just like fucking blasting them.
Yeah.
That shit was sweet, man.
Alright, so for our rankings, though, yeah, I think it's pretty sweet, but, Jackson, you go first. What are you ranking it?
Yeah, this is maybe going to be brutal compared to your guys' rankings. I don't know exactly what you're putting it at. It's honestly not even that bad, I guess. I'm just putting it at a C. I think the movie has a lot of things going for it. I thought it was pretty funny in a lot of ways, but it's also kind of bad in a lot of ways. It was also pretty fucking boring for me throughout a lot of it. There was definitely some funny scenes that carried it, and the animation was cool, but it was mostly just boring and confusing to me, and I don't know, pretty amateurishly made. Like the fucking audio mixing was horrible in this movie for like one thing, but yeah, I'm just giving it a solid C.
God fucking damn it, I was gonna give it a C as well, but I was worried it'd be too harsh.
Oh.
So I was hoping you could give us a little levity first, but so Tanner, what's your
Oh, I'm gonna give it an A.
There we go.
What do you say you cut out?
He said A.
An A, okay.
Yeah, I thought it was very good, and you know, I think this is like the level of like maturity and action you'd want out of a kids movie.
I don't know about that.
Okay,
Like, have you seen Prince of Egypt, Tanner?
I have.
That's some level of maturity I want in kids' movies.
That's fair enough.
Yeah. I want hardcore themes of slavery and shit, man. This film had basically no themes.
Oh, Nico loves his slavery.
Yeah, no, I would not say.
Now, you know what else you're not going to say, Tanner?
What?
Say, boy golly, this sure was a wet, hot, and American summer.
Well, hold on one
Nico,
second.
what was your ranking? Did you also give it a C?
Oh, yeah, I also gave it a C.
Okay, let's see what that puts it at. That is at a B minus.